irrespective of your profession or your course like interior design, fashion design or jewelry design, why I am asking everybody to participate in this particular meeting, because I wanted to bring to your notice that what is going to happen in the near future. So I don't want to make you scared. I am also not scared about that, but I want everybody should be aware of the situation. Because I was doing an intensive research about my concern about yourself, and I wanted to convey those awareness to you by this webinar. So that I was going to tell you. Earlier we used to give you option that we give 5 leads for the jobs, and we used to tell you with confidence that whether it is a job, whether it is an internship, whether it is going to be something, start your own, whatever, or we absorb you in our office, whatever, but there was a confidence in our voice. Now also it is there. But what is the truth now? I have recently gone through Siddharth Ratsekar's recent study and webinar. He has mentioned 20 to 25 industries which are mostly affected by corona. And out of that, this fashion design, jewelry design, interior design, architecture and construction is there. That is my concern, how much it has been affected by COVID and how to overcome that. So today actually I am sitting to discuss about these facts. Now what I am going to discuss, before that I will just review what we have earlier discussed in this kind of common session.
I just wanna feel your love. I just wanna feel your love.
We have discussed about 16 different creative careers in design field, 8 of highest paid fields in the design industry, 7 business model from Siddharth Ratsekar's presentation, 5 pillars to become designpreneur, 5 reasons why creative people fail, 6 success keys to be successful design entrepreneur, and 3 millionaire mindset. So I have set your mind to become a millionaire, but now I have to show you the way how to do that, no? Because it is not that I have asked you to start playing, but I am not giving a proper training how to play, isn't it? So today I will start after this, from this. So in today's session, what I am going to do, I am going to discuss about the design industry size, about the shift in design industry. Like there is a huge shift in design industry. And something about freelancing economy I am going to discuss. Then freelancing gig economy, what is gig economy and what are the things, then how it works, and in-depth understanding and the survival strategy for near future. If you are serious and if you are staying till the end of this presentation, then I am going to give you a survival strategy for your near future. How many of you are really interested to know about the industry facts? Please type in the chat box, me. The industry where you are living in. The industry means I am talking about design and building industry, fashion design, jewelry design, graphic design, building design, architecture, construction, interior, all this. Yeah, good. So see, I will tell you there was a growth and there was a projection of growth in building industry. So actually you are in the right path. What I am trying to say you, that actually you are in the right path, that you have chosen this course or this interior design or fashion design or jewelry design. This design industry, everywhere I will show you that it is and it was in a growing fashion. You can easily see from this, see the first slide what it is showing. This is the building industry. So the building market is from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. You can see the growth. There is a growth rate of 34.8% in last 10 years, which is a huge growth, huge. You know, it's a huge growth. Now every industry does not meet this kind of growth. The next The next is the architecture service market. Now you can see the architecture service market, how it is growing. It is growing 12%. There is an incremental growth of 3.74 billion, and the year over year growth rate for 2018 was estimated as 11.58%. And one of the key drivers for the market will be the increment requirement for large scale project management. Project management increased a lot, and you will study project management. Whether you are studying fashion, there also it is required. If you are studying interior, it is very much required. Project management you have in your second volume, also in our master diploma. So this is the scenario. Then the next is the interior service industry. What we do, we serve in an industry which is interior service industry. Now here in interior service industry also, the year over year growth rate in 2019 has seen that 3.15% growth, and incremental growth of $23.15 billion. Good. So that is a huge, again, that's an increment, the growth. Whatever the percentage, forget about the percentage, but this is the growth factor. So these industries were growing. Pre-corona. I'm talking about the present, not the present scenario, but the pre-corona segment. Now see the fashion industry. The fashion industry had a growth. Specifically, if you see in the India, you see there is a 8% growth was expected. Many emerging markets may say India's GDP is expected to grow at the highest rate. So whoever is studying fashion design here, are you happy that you are in the right track? You are in the right path? So we never lied when you were taking admission in this institute for this kind of courses. We guided you through, and this time also I am going to guide you proper way. If you are ready to take my guidance, then please type in the chat box yes. See the animation industry. Animation industry is also growing. The hardware, the software and the services. See, the hardware is also growing, the software is also growing, and the services is also growing. So there is a growth. The game design market has grown maximum 9%. 2018 to 2022 global games market increased by 9% growth, and the size of increment is $196 billion. Good. So the game design market is also growing. Product design, that can be any product. It can be an automobile product, it can be small mobiles or anything, electronic gadgets, it can be architectural interior furniture products, something like that. It can be fashion, mass scale products and all. Product industry by 2027, the projection is to grow like this. In this, Asia Pacific is marked in gray. So if you start seeing just the middle portion is gray, that is also growing. So Asia market is also growing, right? So we should be happy. So I am sharing these links. If you want to do more study on this thing, then I am going to give you the link for this so that you can study a little bit. Let me just copy and paste it in these two links. You can have some more vision. Now with your permission, because you have joined and it is a part of my training, always part of my training, though you all know me very well, still permission, take 2 minutes time to describe my way, my journey. My introduction is what, I am a bachelor in architecture and management, MBA in project planning and management. I am an architect, academician, author and entrepreneur, and my hobbies are reading, dancing and singing. And I am a traveler and sociable person. You understand, I can mix up with people very nice, and I love to mix. Then I have written a book, Zero Investment Business, a 10-step guide to become interior designpreneur. And I have trained over 2,000 people in last 12 years, managing a team of 8 creative members. Some of them are present in this meeting also in Design Institute. I am a mother of 2 loving kids and wife of a caring husband, working in a mission, creating 10,000 designpreneur by 2025. That was my introduction. You can see my book, and see, these are some of my family pictures and my traveling this thing. You can see this is my room, my office room, and here I am standing just next to the Venice Canal, and here I am standing just next to the Roman Colosseum, and this I am in Indonesia, and this is again I am in Switzerland. I have traveled around 10 countries in world. These are my mentors. I have so many other mentors also. Siddharth Rajsekar is my present mentor, from whom I am learning every day, and I am trying to impart the exact required things to upon you also, so that you can also learn, and you can also do better in your career, in your profession. I am also learning, continuous learning. And he is Mr. Siddharth Rajsekar. He is Mr. Rajiv Talreja. He is one of the best speaker and businessman and motivational speaker also in India, who actually he done lot of success gyan throughout the world. He has done lot of seminars and all. I am also following his guidelines. And Pooja Punyate is also there. Pooja is also a very good one-to-one coach. I learned so much from her. And my biggest learning was in 2018 when I traveled to Singapore to have a 50 hours, 4 days extensive training from Tony Robbins. That was my this thing. Now let us proceed. The market of 1.4 trillion freelancing job in design in USA itself. Now if we talk about globe, the market will be bigger than this. If we talk about India, there is a huge market, right? So what is this freelancing? Now this is my second segment of my presentation. Do you have any idea about freelancing? If any one of you having any idea about freelancing, please type in the chat box. I do. Problem. Freelancing. Now being a designer, you have to know what is freelancing. Go back to my podcast after I finish this and check. There I have mentioned, in your life of say 30 years, 40 years of design career, whatever design you are studying, you have to go through a phase of freelancing. And freelancing means nothing else. Freelancing means somebody who is not working for any organization or not under anybody, working for himself and working with full flexibility. It's a kind of consultancy, it can be kind of design, but anything related to design. But freelancing means you don't need to work under somebody, or you don't need to get a job, or you don't need to even get paid for that. You get paid for your freelancing job. Okay, that is a freelancer. Now freelancer does not mean that is only in design. The advocates, they also do freelancing. Architects, they do freelancing. The copywriter and then content making and all those people, they also do freelancing. Freelancing can be done in any segment. I'm going into the detail. Now why today I'm discussing about this freelancing? I told you in the beginning, huge shift of industrial style of working, everything will be changing after, and you should start working towards this, right? Agree? You have to work for this, you know. Now out of this freelancing, there is a point, you see 71% freelancing is tech is enabling freelancing. Now what does it mean? And there is one more thing, you see, the majority of workers will freelance by 2027. And now this 2027, not 2027, this curve is going to be more acute, this angle, and already started. This is 2020. So you can see this freelancing market to be like splash by 2021, 2020 end, this year, by end of this year, and next year more and more. So you don't need to wait for till 2027, right? And the 71% means tech is enabling freelancing, because the technological advancement sending people more and more and making inclined towards freelancing job, the technological advantages. So if we as a designer and you as a design aspirant, you won't be able to cope up with those technologies, then you have to vanish from the market. You have to, you cannot be there. So you have to be very hardworking to cope up with this freelancing market now. That's why I'm going to give you the guidance, what it takes. And now regarding gig economy, what is gig economy? That also I have explained in my podcast. Still I am telling you, It's a very small example. You know about Uber, you know about Zomato, you know about Airbnb. These are the gig economy. These we know. Gig is an American slang, but that's why creative people, they don't want them to tell that I am a part of gig economy. But you have to be a part of gig economy now, because we could see the growth of Uber, we could see the growth of Zomato, Swiggy, we could see the growth of Airbnb. It's a huge growth. But what is the concept behind gig economy? The gig economy is the person or the software making company, the company, the brand like Airbnb or this Uber or Zomato or Swiggy, they are actually the mediator. And what are they doing? They're connecting the customer to get the services with the person who is giving that services. You are very easy. Zomato. Now Zomato company, do they have any single restaurant? They don't have. Airbnb, do they have any single property, any single hotels? They don't have. Uber, do they own any single taxi? They don't. So who is owning the taxi? Who is paying the petrol bills? Who is taking care of the maintenance of that taxi? The person who is driving, or maybe his owner. And who is taking the service? The service is being taken by customer like me or you. We are taking a Uber cab, we are asking for food to deliver at our doorstep, and those we are taking the services from that guy. But who is connecting us? Connecting us, this Uber is connecting us, or the Zomato is delivering the food, picking up the food from the producer and giving it to us, right? So this is called gig economy. Now in design freelance job also, gig economy is there. So let me just, are you excited about to know the size of gig economy market? Because I have told you about the size of designer market. I have shown you few slides, if you remember, just before 5 minutes, few slides on this thing. Now if you are interested to see the size of gig economy market is this much. You know, the millions of users from small business to large enterprise, entrepreneurs, startups use freelancer to turn their ideas into reality. 43.5 million registered users are there, designers are there, and consultants are there, service provider are there in this gig economy. 17.6 million total jobs posted. What is this job? This is not the kind of job that you go to office and do the job. This is the job requirement. Like my job, I want to order some food. That is my job. I am posting that job in their portal. They are connecting it to the proper restaurant from whom I want to take that job done, and the food is delivered. So that is, my job is done. That is the kind. Okay? So this kind of job. Was it useful? Are you serious about this? Just tell me in last few minutes how much you have said. Please write down. Someone write, you have become aware of the size of design industry, the growth rate of design industry, growth rate of design industry. You have come to know about what is freelancing or freelancer job. What is freelancer? You have come to know what is gig economy. Now, if you want to know more, if you are serious, then I am going to tell you that how big is this gig economical market and how it works, and who are the topmost players irrespective of stream. Fashion design, interior design, graphics design, product, web design, jewelry design, any design, you talk about any design, who are the topmost market player, so that you can also get the knowledge and awareness. And I will also guide you how to start earning in next 10 days. How many of you are very much excited to start earning in next 10 days? Please type in the chat box, me, with lot of exclamation. If you really want to earn in next 10 days. Now see, 10 days, why we call 10 days is, say, the course, how you can learn in 10 days. But sometimes what happens, people, they take longer time. So it doesn't mean that you have paid the fees to school and everybody is scoring 90%. Why everybody is not scoring 90% in board exam? You cannot blame the school for that, right? So you can only join and you can try to get 90%. If you are able to finish in 10 days, that's good enough. If you are unable to finish it, that is also not a negative thing. That's also win-win situation. because in that case you might be learning it in 15 days, 20 days. You can be slow learner, but you can start fight industry. Okay, so coming up with my next slide with the details like this. Good.
I just wanna feel your love.